Hello everyone, my name is George Farmer, also known as the Aquascaper, and today I'm going to review the EI Starter Kit from Aquarium Plant Food UK. So before we look at the products in too much detail, let's have a little bit of a discussion about EI. So what is EI? Well, EI stands for the Estimative Index, and it's a method of fertilising your planted aquarium. So Tom Barr and a few others developed this idea, and it came out of fertilisers, liquid fertilisers being really expensive back in the day. Dupla were one of the bigger manufacturers, and they come up with this what they call PMDD, which is poor man's Dupla drops, and this evolved into Estimative Index. And to cut a long story short, it basically means adding too much fertiliser, deliberately overdosing the aquarium, and then changing a lot of water every week to ensure those nutrients don't build to excess, and basically resetting those values. Now, there's a lot of arguments about whether nutrients cause algae or not. We're not here to discuss that right now, but the big water change is important, more to do with diluting the organic waste produced by the plants. So EI itself, it comes in many forms. We've got an EI starter kit, so this is a really easy way to do it. Back when I started the hobby about 15 years ago, I had to use calculators and do this all myself, but Aquarium Plant Food UK, they've got all the products in one handy place, so you get your starter kit and you get absolutely everything you need. So you get your macro, which is for macronutrients, your micronutrients bottle, and all your chemicals, and you have a recipe here which is really easy to follow, and you just follow the recipe, fill up your bottles, and then dose according to the instructions, and it's as simple as that. It's a really easy way to get really good amount of nutrients into your planted tank. So I think one of the reasons people are put off by EI is that you're dealing with dry chemicals, and the recipe, the mixing quantities look quite complicated. But Aquarium Plant Food do make it really simple, really easy to follow step-by-step instructions on here. And as I say, you get all the ingredients you need in one handy starter kit. So I'm just going to show you how easy it is. I'm going to do it right now, and hopefully it'll give you some confidence to do it yourself if you decide to go down the EI route. So starting from the top then, macro solution. So we'll get our macro bottle, which has got macro written on it, there we go. And we need 4 teaspoons of potassium nitrate. So I've got a standard teaspoon here. You can get a proper measuring spoons, but the great thing about EI is that you don't need exact quantities, so I'm not too fussed. So we're going to get 4, let's move that water over there, 4 level teaspoons. So I'm going to pop them into a little jug just to make the pouring easier, otherwise I'm just going to create a right mess. 1, 2, 3. I haven't done this for years. I've not used EI for probably about 10 years now, so this is quite exciting for me actually. I've just been using the all-in-one bottles, normally Tropica, and more recently I've been using a bit of Colombo. But I'm going to use this EI on my near 4-foot tank, so it's a lot more economical. So there's 4 teaspoons of potassium nitrate in there, and now we need 1 teaspoon of potassium phosphate. So there we are, potassium phosphate. If you know your sort of your nutrient levels of your tap water at home, you might not need all these nutrients. So some people have really high nitrate levels in their tap water, some people have really high phosphate levels. But the great thing about a healthy planted tank is it doesn't really matter if you're adding too much nutrients, because the plants will just happily use it up using a thing called luxury uptake. So that's great. And then we need 6 teaspoons of magnesium sulfate, so that's this one. One, 2. My water's really hard here, so I probably don't need so much magnesium, but I'm going to put it in anyway. last one. And pour that in. Okay, so that's all our macro dry chemicals in there, and now we just fill that up with water. So this is water out of the kettle. It's still quite warm, which will help with the dissolving of the liquid, of the solution. There we go. And then put the lid on. Give it a good shake, and then leave it 24 hours or so to let it fully dissolve. And that's our macro solution done. Simple as that. Okay, now moving on to the micro. So exactly the same principle. Reading in the instructions. 1 teaspoon of chelated trace elements. Into my jug, and then into there just to make pouring less messy. Okay. Now I need to go and get some more water. So we just top that 500 ml of warm boiled water from the kettle. You can use tap water or RO water, it really doesn't matter. I've just got it quite warm so it dissolves hopefully relatively easily. And there we have our trace. Nice brown colour. So that's our solutions mixed, all done, ready. And now we dose according to the instructions. So a typical dosing schedule would be 10 ml for 50 litres of aquarium water, and then we dose alternately. So we dose the micro one day and then the macro the next day. We have a rest day once a week, and then water change on the last day. So I normally change at least 50% of the water every week. So there we have it, guys. Our EI mix ready to go. It's really simple. You know, it took me what, 4 or 5 minutes to do that. Please don't be put off by EI. It is really simple, and Aquarium Plant Food do make it easy with their starter kit. Really economical way. So £18 for all those chemicals. You'd pay £18 for at least just that on its own, and I guess there's so many more bottles you can make with all of the powders there. You know, plants need feeding. All too often people are scared by feeding too much plants, think it will cause algae. Actually, on the contrary, if you don't feed the plants enough, they suffer, and a suffering plant leads to algae. So if in doubt, you know, feed too many fertilisers, in my opinion. But always follow it up with a large water change. That really helps to reduce algae because you're diluting that organic waste. So that wraps it up for the review. Clearly the EI starter kit is great value. You can't go wrong. The instructions are really simple to follow. I've not done the EI for years. I just followed it really simply. Literally this video was just done in one take. So hopefully the proof is in the pudding. I look forward to dosing this in my my new big aquarium coming soon, and I'll let you know how it goes. So if you like what you see, please hit that like button, share with your friends, and keep on scaping. Cheers, bye.